What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy Dtlf back with another video. I'm sorry, I was gonna say post game recap. No, back with another video, man. And once again, we're gonna get into this, guys, because Fox Sports is about to start the capery. I know for a fact these guys are gonna make excuses. They always do. They never give us the credit we deserve. But that is why I, Dtlf, am here to restore order, because I'm telling you, that was an ass whooping of the major capacity, and this needs to get highlighted as much as possible. Just they need to keep that same energy as when the Lakers get injured or lose, the way they try to destroy us and the way they try to bring us down even though we're injured. They've been doing it all season long. Well, they need to keep that same energy, and I'm sure they won't do it. So I'm here to exploit and expose the hypocrisy by these so-called analysts. So let's get right into it, guys. This is the reaction from Nick Wright and who else? Who else are we talking here? Nick, I think it's Nick Wright. We'll see right now. Chris Broussard.
Back here with Chris Broussard.
There you go. Chris Broussard is the biggest hypocrite.
From Saturday Night Nets without Harden.
Let's hear it. Let's hear the excuses. Let them rain.
Basically everyone.
Get ready for that next game?
But they put on a show defensively.
Talk about that in the pregame
They got
later on.
outplayed underneath all night long. Lakers win big. How big? Dennis Schroeder calling it the best win of the year.
Facts.
8 players in double digits.
Facts.
Lakers. Meanwhile, Nets
What's up, everybody?
KD,
what's up, guys? Welcome.
Still on a minutes restriction. Never.
Let's see what they got to say. These clowns.
Broussard, let's kick it off with you. This Lakers blowout of the Brooklyn Nets. Big deal or no big deal?
Well, I'm sure Nick thinks it was a big deal.
There he is.
Or like Brandon, he'll say it was just for TV. But
Hypocrite number one.
I agree with Schroeder. I agree with Dennis Schroeder. This was their best win of the year. But no, it's not a big deal. Now, I'm going to surprise Nick.
Not a big deal.
I won't say it's a 0 on a
Hold up. He already starting with the capping. I told you he would do that. Chris Broussard, Brandon Marshall, and sometimes this white dude on the right here, they be capping a lot. The only one that keeps it $150 is Nick Wright. But all of them, they just haters, man. This man just said that us, all right, no LeBron, no Kuz, no Marc Gasol, right? No Wesley Matthews, no Anthony Davis. Smacking them, waxing them by 25 is not a big deal. Right? That's where you lose your basketball card right at the door. Let's leave it at the door, Chris Broussard, but continue with the capery.
Scale of 1 to 10. So I think there's some little bit of significance to it, which I'll get to in a moment. But no, overall, it's not a big deal. Give the Lakers credit. Give them props. They came out and balled. They knew they were shorthanded, not only without LeBron and AD, but
it's not a big deal. We just exploited their weakness, which is in the paint. But it's not a big deal. These are the people they pay.
A big team like Brooklyn. They hit 19 of 34 threes, which we know is uncharacteristic and not likely to happen very often with them. But give them their props. Brooklyn.
Hold up. This man just said we hit 19 of 43 threes, which is uncharacteristic. But give them their props. How hypocritical is that? First of all, it's not uncharacteristic. Everybody knows that Mike D'Antoni's teams don't play defense. This is not a Steve Nash team. This is a Mike D'Antoni team. Get that right, Chris Broussard. You're supposed to be the analyst. You're a clown, bro. Not a big deal. Yet we destroyed them with only Andre Drummond, who's not really known for offense, by the way. But it's not a big deal. Anthony Davis, who's going to kill them in the paint. And LeBron James, who's also going to kill them, who's been playing like an MVP, was missing. And it's not a big deal. I don't understand how these guys get paid, man. Ridiculous.
Lightly, and they paid
downplaying it because they were wrong.
The thing. It was 1 of 72.
They'll say anything.
This happens in the NBA. Was it a big deal last week when New Orleans
not by 25 it don't.
Fully healthy Philadelphia? No. Was it a big deal 2 weeks ago when Orlando, completely depleted by the trade deadline, beat the Clippers?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So this is not a big deal.
Those are all big deals.
Here's one thing that I think the Lakers can really take from this. You saw it on the highlight, the way Andre Drummond just beasted LaMarcus Aldridge all night long. The Lakers do have the formula where they could give Brooklyn problems. I don't know about Philadelphia, but Philadelphia probably won't do it. But you got an inside
we're going to destroy Brooklyn in the paint.
You got a guy like LeBron who can control the tempo of the whole game.
Facts.
All right, if he's got the ball in his hands, he can make it a slower game, a faster game, whatever he wants. And then you've got one of the top defenses in the league. And if your role players are hitting threes, that's all the more better. So
Hey, Chapito, what's up, bro?
Because they can play a style that the finesse Nets may not be comfortable with. But still, I've still got Brooklyn in a 7-game series. But Lakers can take something from this.
What an idiot. Oh, my goodness. I'm about to tear a new one on Chris Broussard. This man just said it's not a big deal, but the Lakers can take something from this. He just called the Nets a finesse team. We're gonna destroy them in the paint. How is that not a big deal? We're gonna clap them in the paint, and we did it already without our main stars. Yes, it's just one game, but it's a foreshadowing of a lot to come. We're missing 2 of our best, plus Kuz, plus Mark. All that is size. We're missing basically all of our size, and we still went ahead and just clapped them, man. Jesse Torres says they are the biggest haters, but if the Nets would have won, they would have been on their nuts. Exactly, bro. That's my whole point. Appreciate the donation, brother. This is my whole point, guys. Chris Broussard just doesn't want to give credit where credit is due. Nick Wright has been right again. He's been saying that they don't have any defense, which I've been saying as well. The Nets don't have defense. They're ranked 25th in the NBA, bro. And this cat is out here talking like it's not a big deal. But he doesn't really give any merit. He doesn't give any, he's not giving any sort of reason why it's not a big deal. Bro, they're acting like they barely lost. And the truth of the matter is they got smacked by 25, and they had 2 superstars. I don't care if Kyrie got ejected. That's his problem. He also got our best player of the night ejected, which was Dennis Schroeder. So, again, making excuses, not giving credit where credit is due. He's giving half-ass credits. Credit to the Lakers, but it's uncharacteristic. It's like a backhanded compliment. It's like, shut up, dude. Credit to us. We locked them up. They couldn't hit nothing. Joe Harris was a ghost because we played defense. That's very characteristic of us. Defense is our strength. Defense is their weaknesses. Defense wins championships. You put the correlation together, we can score plenty. Plenty. Even without our stars, we dropped 130. Come on, man. Like, oh my goodness. I don't know how these guys get paid to just spew BS.
Well, yeah, Lakers, I would say, might be able to take quite a bit because,
Get 'em.
how a tone has at least slightly changed from "It's over, Jenna, it's over." Let me do my Kenny Smith impersonation. They're unbeatable. To there's a little formula. Andre Drummond, who, by the way, I don't know if anyone knows this. Andre Drummond, 3-0. Against the Nets this year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The Nets defense, Andre Drummond has
Could
been on a
he be the weakness?
roll
Absolutely.
The Pistons and the depleted Lakers. So why would he be 3-0 against the Nets? Oh, because they don't have size. And that has been the problem all year.
Thank you, Nick.
And
an actual analyst.
All year, Broussard. The Lakers aren't going to hit 50% from 3 many games. Well, when you're playing an abjectly terrible defense, you might. I'm old enough to remember Broussard saying, no. The Nets, they're not going to be great on defense, but they won't be terrible. Well, it's damn near tax day, and they're 25th.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Thanks, big baby.
What do Oklahoma City, Detroit, Cleveland, Orlando, and Atlanta all have in common? They're all better defenses.
Wow.
25th ranked
Get 'em.
Nets. And Harden coming back ain't going to fix that. Kyrie getting kicked out ain't gonna fix that. Kevin Durant being on a minutes restriction ain't gonna. Kevin Durant's a good defensive player. You know what he can't do? Have somebody bodying him because he's as thin as I am. So I just wonder. All losses are not created equal.
There you go. He just enough said. All losses are not created equal. These guys didn't come up here and lose by 5 to an already super depleted Laker team. They lost by 25. That is something. All right, that's something. That's not nothing. These guys really want to turn a blind eye when it's convenient to them. But as soon as their favorite team accomplishes something, let's underline it. Let's mark it. Like, come on, man. Be fair. If you're gonna be an analyst, you have to be fair. If I was on TV, yes, I'm a Laker fan. But if I didn't feel like they had the best chance to win it, I would say that. I would keep it $1.50. I'm telling you the truth, guys. I've always have with you guys. Always. My man Brian Moore said, wasn't Chris Broussard all in on the Clippers last year? Lakers won, and now he's all in on the Nets and not reigning champs. He is so biased, it's obvious. Exactly. Here's the problem with a lot of people. They let their ego get in the way, right? They want to be right so bad that they continue to lie to themselves. They're not lying to the public, to the knowledgeable public. No, to the casuals, they're lying to. But to the knowledgeable basketball fans, you're only lying to yourself. And so they continue to be wrong. And instead of admitting to being wrong and getting with the program and jumping on the ship before it sails, they rather just sink and drown and embarrass themselves and continue to lie to themselves up until they look completely, utterly ridiculous. This is year 2 of the ridiculous stuff that this here channel has been putting out about my Lakers. And the truth is that the hate is real, Laker Nation. They want us to go down. They're basically jumping on everybody who had superstar teams to take down LeBron and the Lakers. That's all ESPN, Fox, that's all they ever do. So Nick Wright is the only one that's been right. His last name is perfect for him because, you know, he keeps it $150 and they can't stand him. You see these Brandon Marshall, you see Chris Broussard, you see the other 2 folks, they're laughing, but they're really angry inside because they know he's right and they're trying to put him down, but he's 100% right. My man said, let them hate while we keep putting up banners, hashtag Laker Nation. Yes, sir. But just like LeBron said, brother, we want our respect. We want our flowers. That's all we want. That's why we have this channel. That's why I make these type of videos. I want to break down the BS, the baloney, and I want to just put it out there for people to see the, I don't want to say the word, but you know, the whatery that goes on Fox and on ESPN. But let's let them continue. Nick Wright is on the right path. Let's go.
When you lose a game because a team can expose what is your Achilles heel, that's a little concerning. And Brandon, you guys got to get through Giannis, then you got to get through Embiid, then you got to get through Andre Drummond. And if Drummond has an off night, the Lakers do have Anthony Davis and LeBron to support him in their quest to beat the Nets if they get there.
Let's see what this clown has to say.
You know what makes you good on television, Nick, and why I respect you is because you know what you're talking about. You do the work, kind of. And then you're obnoxious when you're right. You're obnoxious. Those are the 2 things that make you really good on television, buddy. And that's why this is a big deal, because you were done.
Wow.
This
How's he obnoxious?
Brought you back
He's
to
spitting
life.
facts.
With this whole discussion around the Lakers and the Nets, that's why this game was a big deal. Is because they brought you back to life, and all your points talking about defense and talking about rim protection.
Isn't that what championships are about?
We know at the end of the day it was one game. They were drive from the 3-point line. 18% from the Nets. Where was the help from the bench? Damn it, where were you? Blake Griffin, where were you? Jeff Green, where were you? Where were these guys?
This idiot is making a point against himself. Brandon Marshall, man, should not be talking basketball. You should stick to football, bro, because it is not your strong point. This is the same guy that became a meme for talking about guaranteed contracts in the NBA. If y'all haven't seen that video, this will tell you how clueless this clown is on basketball. This man that knows nothing. I don't know how he got this job. He must know somebody. One of his boys got it for him or something. Because listen to this cat. He's literally saying, where were all these players? Which he's making Nick Wright's point. The Lakers are great at defense. Somewhere Mike D'Antoni's team's always lacking. You see what I mean? Like, this man is saying basically they just didn't show up. Credit to the Lakers defense, you idiot. Like, come on, man. It's basketball. There's 2 sides to every story. If they didn't show up, it's because we put the clamps on these clowns. Blake Griffin had 2 points. Guess what? Our front court is very dominating. I told you guys, once we got Drummond, things were going to change. Guys weren't going to eat in the paint. They weren't going to feast. Had it been Marc Gasol in the paint by himself, like it was in the past, Blake Griffin probably would have had 20 points. So, again, give credit where credit is due. The Lakers dominated based on sheer defensive and offensive ability. They were clicking on all cylinders. It was a 25-point beatdown. These cats are scoffing at Nick Wright, who's obviously destroying them. You know what I'm saying? But it's just ridiculous, man. They don't have no basis. They can say stuff like Nets in 5, but what? What's the basis? Y'all got beat by 25. Take that.
Nice. They were non-existent. And then you're talking about Kevin Durant on the pitch count. Harden didn't play. And then you get your boy Kyrie ejected when they were within 4 points in the 3rd quarter, 9 minutes to go. So that was the reason why they lost this game. But at the end of the day, big picture, they can't see the Nets. They can't see them. So great job, Lakers. Great job getting it done with.
Hold up. This idiot just saying stuff to say stuff. We can't see the Nets. We just saw them by 25 points. You want to talk about the Nets being injured and Kyrie being ejected? We were missing 5 freaking key role players. not role players, star players. 3 star players or 2 star players, 1 super good role player in Kuz. We're missing Wesley Matthews, who's been playing a lot better. Marc Gasol, who gives us even more size. And this man wants to talk about Harden, KD, who was in the game, even though he was on minute restrictions, he was in the game. And Kyrie, who got himself ejected on some BS. Like, bruh. Oh, my goodness, bro. Get me on this job. I want to argue with these cats. I'll make this man's veins pop out from how angry he's going to be at me after I expose him, man. He's not a basketball fan. I don't get it. Why is he on the? Why is he even talking the subject? Brandon Marshall, great football player. Loved him as a football player. Beast. Basketball analyst, trash. T-Rash. He's up there with Paul Pierce. I wouldn't be shocked if in the next year or so somebody comes and takes his job because seriously, man, the stuff he's saying, he said we can't see them. We beat them by 25 with nobody on the team. Stop it, Brandon. Please. Don't embarrass yourself like you did in the gift the other day. Stop it. Jesus.
On the team on Saturday, so you gotta give them respect. But at the end of the day, Wilds, we know the big picture. You know the Nets is going to take it. We know it.
Nobody knows that.
Okay, I do not know that. I was more concerned than anyone on the crew besides maybe Nick. And Broussard, you called them the finesse Nets. I think that is an apt description because as you like to say, a team needs a dog on the team.
Facts.
The team needs somebody with like a little intensity.
Bunch of cupcakes.
Who is that for the Nets? Is it Kevin Durant?
Nope.
He certainly can be mean on Instagram.
Shoot, you got him.
Is it Blake Griffin, the comedian? Who's the mean person? Who's your Draymond? Who's your Kevin Garnett? Who is your even scowling LeBron?
Facts.
Because you can say it's one game, but it wasn't a buzzer beater on the road.
Thank you.
Blown out at home when 3 of the Lakers' 4 best players are wearing different varying degrees of fashion on the sidelines. I thought it was concerning that they didn't seem to have that bully mentality that a champion needs.
No, look, I disagree with that.
Appreciate you, Williams.
Is there a dog? Is there
Thank you, brother.
a goon
Thank you, Scott.
on that team? No. But Jeff Green's not a pushover.
What?
And they are a finesse overall.
We're to the Jeff Green
DeAndre
Jordan. I'm sorry. I'm done with these cat. Oh my goodness. This man just said Jeff Green's name as if Jeff Green was the savior of Brooklyn. He said Jeff Green is no pushover. Oh my God. They're reaching, guys, like that Alligator Arms Geico commercial. They're reaching. This man just said Jeff Green is no pushover. What are you talking about? Jeff Green's not going to get you over the top, you idiot. Oh my, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. Chris Broussard, man, I got no respect for these clowns. Oh my goodness.
No, hold on. Nick said they don't have size. LaMarcus Aldridge is bigger, taller at least than Drummond.
He ain't stronger. He ain't better.
You got size there. You got DeAndre Jordan. You can throw DeAndre Jordan in there. So they've got enough size.
He can't even get to see the court.
That is not their strength.
Oh my God, bro.
That is not their strength. Being tough inside. But they're tough enough. Same as defense, Nick. They're adequate enough. The Lakers last year couldn't shoot threes.
Get them, Nick. Get them, bro. Educate these clowns.
You going back to 25th. That's based on earlier in the season. They have improved defensively. There's no doubt about that. You know that. And
nobody knows that.
You were comatose the last 2 weeks.
Look at how they hate on Nick.
Comatose.
I was not comatose.
Facts.
I have
Get
been
him, Nick.
in the exact same place the whole time. There are 2 glaring weaknesses with the team, and they haven't addressed them. And by the way, spoiler alert, America, LaMarcus Aldridge ain't fixing it. You almost saw in this game.
Oh my God! Somebody has sense on the show. Thank you.
Paid LaMarcus Aldridge to not play.
Get this man a raise
because he is slow and cannot defend anymore.
Facts.
He was never a great defender. He is now an abjectly bad defender. And this doesn't even get to Kevin Durant's 8 turnovers.
Even the lady said,
minutes, or Kyrie Irving's paid time off tonight. But I do wonder. And I hope Broussard's on the show Thursday. I would imagine he is.
Oh, when they face Philly.
Joel Embiid does this to him.
I can't wait.
A little more concerned because I think it's Brooklyn, Philly on Wednesday.
You know I've been saying this.
And by the way,
He should, but he's going to be shooting jumpers.
Oh, my God.
17-footers.
Okay.
Jesus. Oh, my God. Chris Broussard, bro. I'm sorry. You embarrassed yourself just now. Wow. That was just my take, guys. This was despicable. This was worse than I expected. I hadn't seen this, but I knew they were going to try to discredit us somehow. I did not know that they were just going to spew random things like, everybody knows Brooklyn's going to win it. Based off of what, dude? This isn't NBA 2K when you just put together, random player names in a hat and just draw up a championship. This is real life. You need team chemistry. You need camaraderie. You need good coaching in the playoffs. And you definitely need defense. All four of those things are in question with Brooklyn as of right now. And Chris Broussard, my goodness, man, he's worse than I thought. This is why I don't watch a lot of TV, guys. First of all, I don't have a lot of time. But secondly, the media, I wonder if they get paid to just say BS all the time. Like, I wonder if their job is just to stir up the pot, because they damn sure do a good job of that. My blood is boiling right now, just based off of what I heard. This man, when they were talking about they don't have any toughness, Chris Broussard said Jeff Green is no pushover. Jeff Green, a role player journeyman who's been around the league, who is not a bum, but come on, is that supposed to be your anchor, your defensive presence? Stop it, man. I really don't get it. And then they're missing James Harden. Guys, that's one player. They still had two star players. It's not our fault they couldn't keep their composure. Like, come on, man. Give credit where credit is due. Those shooters were missing shots because the Lakers clamped them up. Is that serious, man? Is that serious? Like, the Lakers clamped them up. That's the only reason. And people say I should watch First Take. First Take has a little more sense, but I'm sure they're still jumping on the Nets wagon. And I think I've seen enough for one day. I don't want to give them more ratings. Jesus Christ, that was horrible. Like, how do these guys get paid to what? And I'm not hating. Make your money. But come on, be factual. Be factual. Like, if I was Chris Broussard, I would have came in here and said, you know what? I was wrong. Looks like that size is going to be somewhat of a factor in that series, and the Nets better get it together. That would have been far more respectful. It's more respectable when you admit to being wrong. I've been wrong. I've admitted it here on this live. Right? I was wrong about Dwight Howard last year, and I said, I'm so glad we got him. He turned it around because I based my analysis on Dwight based on what he had done in the past and how, how much he was taking the game for granted. That's why I didn't like Dwight before we got him back. But then when we got him back and I saw he put his head down, I admitted to you guys, I was wrong about Dwight. One of the few times I'm wrong, but I will admit it. I'll be a bigger man. And I was happy to be wrong because he was a Laker making, producing for the Lakers. So it's okay to be wrong. These analysts let their ego get in the way and they look more idiotic than ever. They're out here trying to claim they can swim when they're drowning in the water. We're seeing them, we're throwing the life raft at them. Like, get with the program, bro. They're like, no, I can swim. But they're going to end up drowning, guys. That's what happened last year with the Clippers. They jumped out there and they said the Clippers are going to beat the Lakers. What did I say? They better worry about everybody else in the West first. And sure enough, Denver, poetry in motion, came back down 3-1. 3-1. They came back down and smacked these Clippers, put them in their place, out in the second round. These are the same analysts that were wrong that year, and then they just glazed over it. And they said, oh, the bubble situation and, all that factored into it and the home court advantage and all this stuff. But the truth of the matter is that they were wrong, and they didn't admit it. This is why LeBron, the first thing he said when he held up that Larry O'Brien, he was like, the Lakers organization wants his respect. I want my respect. The coaching staff wants his respect because we all got disrespected last year, period. So, my goodness, man. Ridiculous. My man said, what up, bro? Was playing Cold War with you last night, though, Paige. Appreciate you, brother. Like I said, it's for the hardcore. I'm glad you joined the crew, man. Welcome to the family, and appreciate the compliment. My brother said, Dan, would love to see you destroy these fools with your great basketball knowledge that you have about the game of basketball. Brother, man, this is basically what we're seeing right here. Yes, it would be such an honor, man, to actually be on a show like that. I should be able to go back and forth, but this is my theory. They don't want to see somebody like me, somebody like me who went to college but didn't graduate from college, somebody like me who's from the streets, who loves basketball and the sport for what it is. All biased aside, yes, I'm a Laker fan first, but I'm a realistic Laker fan. When we didn't have a chance, I didn't sell you guys wolf tickets. That's why you guys subscribed, right? I told you, let's take the little victories, you know, players developing, draft picks. I was cheering for the little things. Now that we have a chance, I'm telling you right now, absolutely telling you guys right now, the Lakers are the favorites to win it, regardless of whatever the media tells you. That's okay, though. It works in our favor that they're giving Brooklyn their flowers because Brooklyn is not humble. They're going to come out here thinking they're really the favorites. They're going to get punched in the mouth. Watch. They might not even make it to the finals. I've been saying this since they acquired James Harden. So it'll be interesting to see what happened there. Everybody says they want me to watch Skip Bayless's take. Skip Bayless's take. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can do. Let me look it up. Give me 1 second. That's because Laker Nation wants it. Let me see. Skip. Lakers versus Nets. Skip. Let's see. Let's see what pops up. All right. Looks like we have it right here. They're not even talking about it, guys. The subject is about Kyrie versus Dennis. That's not really on the game. Best win of the year. We saw that one already. Yeah, I don't think they talked about it. I think they focused more on Schroeder getting ejected with Kyrie. So yeah, that's not really. I don't care about that subject. That's drama to the side. We want to talk basketball here. But it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. We do face the real New York team, the New York Knicks, and that team is super respectable because they're the complete opposite of the Brooklyn Nets. This New York Knicks team has no ego, led by their star player, Julius Randle. Shout out to him, who developed nicely over the years. Very proud of the kid. And that team actually has some hoopers, man. So I'm looking forward to that game tonight. Stay tuned. That's going to wrap it up for me in this video. But I will be talking pre-game with you guys right before the game. I will be going live. So make sure if you guys already haven't, please smash the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate the donations, the likes, and the views, guys. You guys are the best. Go Lakers. Forget about what the media says, man. This is the platform for you guys right here. Your voice, one take, one nation. Let's get it, Laker Nation. I'll see you guys